The Iron Age gave way to Classical Antiquity, the era that laid the foundation for modern Western thought.
This era is dominated by two primary civilizations: ancient Greece and its...
Observe the Parthenon. It represents the pinnacle of human achievement through reason.
Yet, even reason has its limits, does it not?
The Greek world began as independent city-states, or poleis, clustered around the Aegean Sea.
The future of Athens depends on this vote.
We must show strength to maintain the M.
But true strength lies...
Conversely, Sparta focused solely on military might, creating an authoritarian society centered on physical discipline.
The Persian Wars united the disparate Greek states against the vast power of the Achaemenid Empire.
The Golden Age of Athens followed, a time of unprecedented artistic, scientific, and philosophical flourishing.
Philosophers like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle questioned existence, politics, and the nature of knowledge.
O Zeus! Why must I choose between honor and the spilling of kin blood?
Mathematics and science advanced rapidly, giving rise to geometry and physics.
The Parthenon, dedicated to the goddess Athena, stands as the pinnacle of Greek classical architecture and proportion.
The Peloponnesian War between Athens and Sparta shattered Greek unity and ushered in an era of conflict.
Macedonia, under King Philip II, unified the weakened Greek states through military prowess.
Alexander the Great inherited the Macedonian throne and launched a campaign to conquer the known world.
Alexander's conquests spread Greek culture, language, and ideas across the Near East and India.
This period, known as the Hellenistic Age, saw Greek science and culture fuse with Egyptian and Persian traditions.
The Library of Alexandria became the greatest repository of knowledge in the ancient world.
Hellenistic cities, like Alexandria, were centers of cosmopolitan trade, science, and philosophical schools. Epicureanism.
Pull! Pull! Harder now! Steady! Fire!
Daily life for Greek women, especially in Athens, was largely confined to the home, focused on domestic duties.
Slavery was fundamental to the Greek economy, providing labor in mines, agriculture, and households.
Greek athletic events, culminating in the Olympic Games, celebrated the ideal of physical and mental excellence.
By the 2nd century BCE, the power of the Hellenistic kingdoms began to wane under pressure from a new power, Rome. Part 2. The Roman Empire, 509 BCE to 476 CE.
Rome began as a small city-state in Italy, transitioning from a monarchy to a republic founded.
The Roman Republic was characterized by a complex system of checks and balances involving the Senate and elected consuls.
The famous Roman legions, highly trained, disciplined, and adaptable, were the engine of expansion. Rome fought the Punic Wars against Carthage, eventually gaining mastery over the entire Western Mediterranean.
Charge forward! Break their line! Hold the line! Do not yield!
Julius Caesar's campaigns in Gaul and his crossing of the Rubicon marked the irreversible decline of the Republic.
The Republic officially ended with Octavian, or Augustine, establishing the Roman Empire in 20...
The Pax Romana followed, 2 centuries of relative stability, prosperity, and imperial expansion.
Roman engineering was unmatched. They built vast networks of roads, aqueducts, and magnificent public baths.
Roman concrete, a durable and flexible building material, allowed them to construct structures that survive to this day.
The Colosseum and the Circus Maximus hosted massive public spectacles, distracting and controlling the urban masses, bred in circuses.
The Roman system successfully absorbed and integrated diverse cultures and peoples across its vast territory.
Daily life centered on the forum, the political, economic, and social heart of every Roman city. Cultures. Roman homes ranged from simple apartments for the poor to luxurious villas for the wealthy. The development and use of Latin language and literature spread education and communication across the empire. The development and use of Latin language and literature spread education and communication across the empire.
Slavery continued to fuel the economy, particularly on large agricultural estates of Eden.
Roman emperors were deified, fusing religion and political power into a single, centralized authority.
And so we are reminded, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Diocletian attempted to stabilize the massive empire by dividing it into eastern and western halves. Constantine legalized Christianity, Edict of Milan, and moved the capital to Constantinople, shifting power eastward. The Western Empire faced mounting pressures from Germanic migrations and internal economic collapse.
These coins are worthless, old man. We take the oil as tax. Please do not take everything. We will starve.
The Eastern Empire, with its capital in Constantinople, continued to thrive for another 1,000 years.
The legacy of classical antiquity is immense. The Greek foundations of reason combined with the Roman foundations of law and governance. Greek mathematics and science were preserved and expanded by Roman engineers, creating lasting infrastructure.
Roman influence on language, Latin forming the basis of Romance languages, politics, and art, is undeniable. The fall of the West ushered in the Dark Ages in Europe, while the East maintained the classical flame.
This era perfected the concept of the global empire, connecting diverse cultures through common law and trade.
Greek ideas about democracy and citizenship continue to inspire political systems worldwide.
The Roman military model remains a subject of study for its organization and logistical genius.
The architectural achievements, from the Parthenon to the Pantheon, define beauty and proportional harmony.
The conflict between faith and reason, a hallmark of this era, continues to define contemporary culture.
Classical antiquity provided the blueprint for both our greatest achievements and our deepest flaws as a civilization.
The classical age, the eternal foundation of the world we inhabit. End of episode 6.